Be advised, if the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, good evening. My name is Harrington Botco. Welcome to this program. Normally, when I say we, Dr. John and myself, who is the co-host, like to have a guest in our program. Tonight, we'd like to divert from the standard and the usual, and we will sit here and discuss certain issues we feel are very, very important. And this is about the elections. The topic tonight is going to be about the voters' principles, your principles, assuming you have them, and basically some type of voters' education. In America, ang style po nila sa Amerika, party system. You have to stand for something, and for example, the Democrats and the Liberals. What happens is you stand for the party platform. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, our elections are based on popularity, celebrity status, and the personal standpoint of the candidate. Hindi po dapat ganun eh. Ang dating po natin, kanyari, boto kayo sa ayaw nyo may baril, gusto nyo gunless kayo. So dapat hahanap kayo ng political party na yun ang adhikain. Kumbaga, gusto nyo Kristiyano, gusto nyo Catholic. O, puntahan mo yung Catholic. Ayaw nyo dynasty. Whatever you stand for, you should belong to that party. Now, in the Philippines, those that join political parties normally are candidates whose aspiration are to sit down or to run for a specific position. That is not necessary. Tayo po mga Pilipino, dapat meron tayong mga political party na nakasali na tayo, nakarehistro na dapat tayo. Not because you're going to run as a candidate, you join the political party. It shouldn't be that way. In fact, there is now legislation wherein they will try to prohibit what they call political butterflies. One of the reasons why they will prohibit, or they're talking about the issue of political butterflies, is because of personal politics. What happens is tayo, naghahanap tayo ng mga kandidato, last minute, kasi artista ito, o kilala natin dyan, popular. No, you shouldn't vote for someone who is popular, yun lang kilala mo. You should look for someone that stands for your ideals. Ang tawag po dyan, values. Now, whoever you vote should be an extension of what you stand for. For example, you are pro-choice. Kung gusto mo yun. Kung gusto mo, pro-abortion ka or anti-abortion. Pro-RH bill, anti-RH bill. Hindi yung, porkit yung kandidato mo, sikat, artista, kilala, yun ang bobotohin mo. You know, this is what you call the stupidity of the voters that we get in this country. We should start to become more responsible. We should inject our values, our morals, towards our voting attitude. We should elect representatives, mayors, governors, whoever, your councilors, even your barangay captains, because of the values and what you stand for. Baliktad po, hindi yung kasi popular. These are the issues we're going to discuss tonight together with Dr. John Chopra. John, your intro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, sa punto po ng prinsipyo, tila po yata ang tanong uso pa ba ang prinsipyo? Malapit na ang eleksyon. The election is near and people would now choose the candidate that they would like to vote in the 2013 election. Now, the point is that when we talk of principles, we talk of ideologies. When we talk of ideologies, we talk of isms. Ano ba yung isms? Ismo. Pag sinabing ismo, ideolohiya, prinsipyo, mga ismo na lumalabas sa ating lipunan. Liberalismo, Maoismo, Marxismo, Leninismo, Reformismo, at marami pang mga ismo na sinasabi, mga kaibigan. Now, looking at that point, ang prinsipyo ba ay nakaugat o talagang nakatanim sa puso ng bawat Pilipino? Ang iyong pagboto ay depende sa iyong prinsipyo. Ang tanong, mga kaibigan, meron pa bang prinsipyo na nanatili sa ating mga puso? Kung titingnan natin sa kasalukuyan sa mga nangyayari sa paligid, tila yata ang media mismo ang sumisira sa prinsipyo ng bawat Pilipino. Why? For certain principles is that the media itself is idiotising the Filipino based on certain aspects. Para ikaw ay yumaman, ay hindi ka na kailangan magsikap para kumita ng 1 million. Abay, pumila ka na lang doon sa Minabaliches o kaya dito sa malapit sa Mother Ignacia. Wala nang paghihirap, wala nang pagsisikap, mga kaibigan. So looking at that point is that even candidates per se, who are these candidates, for you to win an election, hindi na po pinag-uusapan ngayon kung paano ka mangangampanya. Pinag-uusapan na ngayon ng ilan sa mga kandidato kung magkano ang budget na kanilang gagamitin sa pagbili ng mga boto. Kumbaga, titingnan natin, how much is your budget to buy votes next election? Magkano ba ang iyong budget pagdating sa usapin ng mga materyales at pagbili mismo sa actual vote buying? Pag tinanong mo prinsipyo, wala. Ang importante, budget. So, monetarismo, sinasabi, pera mismo. So, pera na nga lang ba ang nagpapaikot at wala ng prinsipyo? Ikaw ba, Hari, naniniwala ka pa na kayang paikutin ng pera ang ating politika?
Alam mo, umpisahan natin to dyan, ganito sa discussion natin. Ang current events natin ngayon yung PCOS, di ba?
PCOS,
Kasi
yeah.
ka-approve ng Supreme Court yung PCOS. Now, yung mga election watchdogs, marami naman dyan eh. Anong nangyari? Marami na dismaya. What happens is, they're disgruntled and true enough, broadsheet editors are writing about them,
Yeah.
di ba? Maraming dismayado. But hey, the Supreme Court no less, absolute, di ba, which is Supreme Court, nag-decide na pwede na. Smartmatic can use the PCOS. You know, as I read all the different editors, mga critics, mga criticism about it, you know, PCOS is synonymous, or Smartmatic is synonymous to the word magic.
Or
di ba?
cheating.
Or cheat. We had a guest, sino ba yung guest nating artista na
Si Ray Malonzo.
Malonzo, di ba? Sinasabi niya, imposibleng natalo siya.
Lahat naman sila,
Oh,
imposible
yun
na tayo.
nga, it's true. But sinasabi niya, nagba-magic ang PCOS. But you know, I think the real issue here, when I was exposed to Lente, and I was exposed to the AES Watch, I was exposed to the Paris Pastoral Council for responsible voting. When all these election watchdogs, when you start listening to them, the real issue was not really too much the issue of PCOS and Smartmatic. Although, it's been difficult to prove for Smartmatic to be corrupt or magicero, di ba? It's been difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. The real issue is the buying, like what you said in your opening, di ba? Nabibili yung mga botante, nabibigyan ng pera, and they sell their votes. So there is an awareness. We have to work on the other issues. Since we cannot do anything about the parameters of automatic voting, anyway, it's within the law. And the COMELEC is there, and we have all the watchdogs who are watching the COMELEC, di ba? And you have all the computer experts looking at it. Tama yan, bring back all the, yung tawag nun, yung mga safeguards na natanggal, di ba, sa PCOS. Balik natin yan, let's leave it to them. Pero sana ayusin natin yung voters' education, yung nagbebenta ng boto, yung mga nagboboto ng mga personalidad, hindi nila alam bakit against siya sa, kanyari, anti-RH siya, pero binoboto niya pro-RH. Hindi alam ng taong bayan kung sino binoboto nila. Edukasyon dun sa mga taong
Okay,
bayan.
the right is education. You know, mula nung 2004 hanggang 2007 and then 2010, 2004 and 2007, we have the manual election. And
Manual counting yan eh.
And pagdating ng 2010, it is the PCOS machine. Ang makikita mo at maobserba mo sa pagkakaiba ng eleksyon, ng 2004 and 2007, nandun pa rin ang vote buying pero hindi ganun karampant. Ang nangyayari is dagdag bawas ang naging uso. Pagdating ng 2010, it becomes nakita ng mga kandidato na mahirap yata magdagdag bawas kasi wala ng election returns and election canvas na
Magbibilang sa board.
Pag sa board, ang boto mo 1,000, dagdagan ng 0, magiging 1,000. Sa PCOS, di mo magagawa yan. So, ang naging rampant ngayon is the vote buying.
Vote buying nga. The night before.
The night before. And even, mga leaders, binibili yan lahat. So, mga leaders ng candidates. Now, when you go back to the principle is that no amount of money would buy a principled voter. And that is the real thing. But the problem is that do we have such principled voter right now? When you go to the squatters area, and in the squatters area, and even other slum areas, they wouldn't look at even talking about politics and principles. What they would need to look at and talk about every day is how to survive in their daily life. So pag dumating si politiko at yan ay nangampanya doon at nagbigay ng 500 pesos during the campaign, kilala niya si politiko kasi meron siyang pagtawid gutom. Ikaw ngayon, darating ngayon si Harry Tambuatco, mangangampanya doon. For congressman po, Harry Tambuatco, matalino ka. Wala ka namang pera. Bakit naman kita iboboto? Yun ang problema. That would be a problem when you go to these areas. Now, the point is this, how could we now convert such mentality ng mga taong ito? Alam mo, kung titingnan natin ang pagsisising ito, kung sinong ipipinpoint natin sa ganitong problema, we need to look at the system and the economic progress per se.
Anong system? The election system?
No, the system of governance and public administration. Bakit? Kasi ito, pag pumunta ka sa mga probinsya, magtataka ka, we have so many provinces na hindi pa nade-develop hanggang sa kasalukuyan, Class A, Class C municipality, Class D, Class A.
Correct.
Bakit? Kasi marami sa mga governors, mayors, ang sinasadyang maghirap ang kanilang mga munisipyo para para pagdating ng eleksyon, meron silang ready na botante na kanilang bibilin. At yung iba pa nga nagre-relocate ng mga squatters sa kanilang mga lugar, specifically for vote buying.
Para lumaki yung electoral base nila.
Yan.
I know. That's why there is still a lack of real education and values that have to be introduced to educate these types of voters. But to begin with, ako, for example, no, ako, ang tatay ko, he moved to the States some 30 years ago. One thing he realized, nag-immigrant na siya, nag-Amerikano na yan eh. So, ando doon sila. So, one of the things na halata niya sa Amerika, number one, mga Amerikano, pagdating ng Independence Day, di ba, naglalagay ng bandera. Pero, paglampas ng araw na yon, buong taon, ando doon, mas lalo yung mga veterano, galing gera or whatever, hindi lang naglalagay, nagpa-flag ceremony sila tuwing umaga at hapon, binababa yung flag. There is nationalism. Now, there is what you call, there is care, that they want to belong. Ano nangyayari sa mga community nila, especially if they're critical? For example, may community sila, there are, let's say, 5,000 residents, 10,000 residents. Yung mga nagrereklamo, nakikita hindi tama ang nangyayari sa lugar nila, they participate. They become leaders in their own places. In other words, put your money where your mouth is. Gusto mo magreklamo, may nakikita kang, may nahanap kang critical na mali. Sumali ka, ayusin mo, i-correct mo. Hindi yung nanahimik ka, manonood ka lang, hanggang mapuno ka na lang, aalis ka na lang. No. You have to participate. Now, when you participate, it does not mean you want to be the leader and you want to be ahead. Dapat yan, may values ka na ini-espouse na gusto mong mangyari. For example, ayaw mong may kriminal sa lugar nyo. Delikado mga anak mo, delikado pamilya mo. Ayaw mo may mga baril dyan. Gusto mo gunless. O yan, ayos. Gusto mo, wag mag-propagate yung mga evangelism na mga kung anong reliyon lumalabas ngayon. Di ba? Kung sino-sino na lang nagiging pare. O, do you go for the Catholic positioning? Di ba?
The problem, Harry, is that from 8 to 5 or 24 hours, ang mga Pilipino nakikinig sa radyo at nanonood sa TV. And the TV is the best influence pertaining to principle.
You're talking the masa.
The masa. Even sa mga edukado nanonood ng TV na nakikita natin. Now, looking at that point, when you compare our media compared to medias in the US and other countries.
And the responsible media natin?
Usually, the political principles per se of certain people within the media are reflected on the show that they are airing.
Values.
The values.
Hindi tayo, we promote men wearing stiletto heels, dressing up like women, talking like bakla on air. You know, so, huwag ka magre-reklamo kung manonood ka ng TV, anak mong lalaki naging bakla. Di ba? I mean, meron tayo lumalabas ngayon, popular na popular, tawanan sila ng tawanan, pero pinapanood nila, cross-dresser.
Tuwan-tuwa sila pag nilalait ang mga kapwa niya.
Pero kung anak mo, bubugbugin mo, anong klase naman ang values mo?
Yun nga. Biruin mo, pag titignan mo, we are now importing telenovelas from Mexico and Korea. Ako nakakapanood ako minsan ng mga Korean telenovela. And as I observe based on, I review their telenovela, the principles of the Korean nationalism and principle
Are embedded.
Embedded. Why? Palagi doon pinapakita yung kanilang nasyonalismo pagdating sa pagsisikap, pagdating sa industrialisasyon. Tayo, anong pinapakita sa atin? Ang pelikula ng mga magnanakaw na inaapi.
That's a good point. No? That's a good point. Well, media has failed us and continues to fail us. Our values are gone. Going to the elections, I don't understand, tayo mga Pinoy. I don't know why we don't belong. Ako, John, I'm disgusted with the system that I see every 3 years called the election. I think Congress, for example, and some of our leaders are, I feel wanting, nangangailangan pa of their position when they're already there.
But Congress is already a franchise of certain political family names. There is a political
that's the
dynasty.
problem, dynasty.
Dynasty.
Now, last week, we had a guest here, which I promoted personally, and I think you were in agreement with me, ang Kapatiran
Ang
Party.
Kapatiran.
Alam mo, yung party na yan, wala silang advokasya to generate real money. In fact, they're against political spending.
Yeah.
I know they are pro-Catholic Church. They are anti-guns, gunless society.
Anti-violence. Okay.
Anti-violence.
Yeah.
They are anti-dynasty. Di ba? Ano yan eh? May mga principles talaga sila. Now, while they have not really chosen, they have not won in any particular position in the last 3 elections, what strikes me is why the Filipino, who stands for all the values of ang Kapatiran Party, why are they not joining this party? What's wrong with our voters? If our voters really like dynasties, they like guns, they want abortion, they want anti-church, di ba? They want pro-violence, so be it, di ba? But why is it all of that and then you see them, nagrarally sila sa kalye, walang tigil?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Bobotohin nyo kung sinong against your principles, and then mamarcha ka sa kalye, lakasan ang kamay mo, galit na galit ka, nakikita mo eh. I don't understand these people.
You know, sometimes the majority do dominate, the evil majority dominate the minor good. So, ang punto niyan is that, pag ikaw matino, minsan, nagmumukha kang masama dahil sa mas marami ang may gusto sa isang bagay na kanilang tinatanggap. You know, ito, pansin ko, when you go to social media, if you would post certain discussions pertaining to this, for example, what is your political principle that has posted on YouTube, you could only see only few views. But when you put their title sex, put the title such as scandal, that is something interesting.
Are you saying the Filipino voter is stupid?
Not
The population is stupid, they don't care?
They're not stupid, but they don't care about what is happening within the society because the media per se is what? Making them stupid. Because this is what the media is presenting to them. This is what is more marketable. What is good is not marketable.
You know, that reminds me, tama ka, you know, along that, just so I won't lose my train of thought, just to endorse that statement, why media is actually saying one thing when the reality is different. Di ba, yung sa impeachment, sinasabi ng Channel 2, 7, 5, Inquirer, and The Star na the choice of the people is anti-corona, di ba?
Yeah.
Oo. Bakit yung pumasok si Miriam dun sa Aliw Theater just last week? And then she went to Green Hills, di ba, pumasok? She walked in, and lahat ng tao nagpalakpakan, tumayo pa, standing ovation. Now, kung gano'n ang pakiramdam mga taong bayan, why are they celebrating and clapping for Miriam, who was pro-corona to keep him there and anti the court?
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
So, sinasabihan, mindset tayo ng media na hindi, lahat tayo, we're all anti-corona. I mean, so to speak, di ba?
Yeah, that's the mindset conditioning eh. Kumbaga, if you handle the major
So, tama yung sinasabi ni Corona, the government propaganda machine, which is the media. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the media per se is what? Creating the condition. Pag sinabing, pag popular ka, kahit mali ka, tama ka. Ganun ang nangyayari. So, tama ba na mag-convict ng isang tao na hindi naman guilty o ano pa man? Sabihin, I would not say that he's not guilty or not guilty. It depends on the technicalities nung nakikita natin sa evidences. Pero ang punto rito is that based on perception and the media per se, he's guilty. Yan ang nangyayari. But based on evidences and technicalities, not
So,
guilty.
PR is the ability to generate and create truths that are not truths.
Yeah,
Yan. So yung PR nito, ang propaganda machine nito, lahat tayo against kay Corona.
yan nga, tama ka, PR.
PR.
Meron-
I'm sorry, that's what I do. On a person. That's my expertise. But it's true. It's called reputation management. It's called coordinating, guiding, and correcting, and deciding what you want the others to think.
Yeah, that's why in PR, there's such a thing as ethics in PR. You would not market somebody who's really what? Siguro isang drug lord, gagawin mo mabuti sa mga
Hindi mo na talaga gagawin yun, of course.
Because there are other, even senators and even public figures na pag nakita mo talaga pagkasama-sama na ugali, but when it comes to PR, ang gagaling. Hindi so what? They're what? Tinatakpan nila talagang kinuklot nila. They would now reshuffle or repackage everything on the personality of that person.
It's like Senator Lapid. Okay na hindi siya marunong mag-English, mas magaling siya sa Tagalog. Pero my gosh, you are the Philippine senator, you don't even know how to speak English? Number one, you're supposed to be a top legislator, Senate. And two, hindi niya naintindihan yung mga issues, simple lang. My gosh, why is he there?
Ito baka rin magalit yung iba sa atin sasabihin ko. Sayo, his statement is a oralized S, as you say it. Wala po akong alam sa batas, wala po akong alam sa abogasya. Ganito, ba't ka tumakbong senador?
Yun na nga yun na nga the values are incorrect, and yet, anti-dynasty. Ang dami nagsasabi against dynasty. Lahat naman kausapin dito sa studio, kausapin ko mga cameraman, ayaw nila dynasty. Pero, kung butuhin natin, magkapatid Cayetano, nandiyan dyan. Soon, ang kapatid Estrada, nandiyan dyan. Yung tatay pa, gawin natin, mayor ng Manila. Butuhin na natin buong clan ng Estrada. Kala ko anti-dynasty ka. I don't understand it.
By 2013, it becomes what? A family affair. Darating ang Angara, darating ang Ehersito, darating ang
Biason!
Really, darating ang Biason.
No, I know, but are the people so stupid they don't know, they don't see, or they're doing it because they don't understand it, or nabibili sila? I mean, what is going on?
They don't care anymore. Yun na lang nangyayari. Kumbaga, there's
okay.
lack of principles, there's lack of the real sense of Philippinism and nationalism.
Alam mo, maganda pag tayong dalawa lang, I can really go out on a limb and get really mad and bring
Sige,
up
magalit
issues.
ka.
We're gonna have to take a short break. But when we come back, John, I would like to pose a very direct question. Ikaw, reklamador ka sa television, reklamador ka sa YouTube, reklamador ka sa social media, reklamador ka rin as you write issues left and right, okay? Especially in the academy, all your students that follow you. Ikaw ba, are you willing to put your foot in your mouth and say, make the difference, run for that office, and make that claim? If you have the guts to criticize, my gosh, have the guts and the muscle to correct it as well. Tatakbo ka ba?
Siyempre, given the opportunity. Kaya lang ang punto dito, ang mga tipo ng mga taong merong magandang prinsipyo at merong magandang adikain, hindi nananalo. But still a challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to take a short break. And the honesty of all of this is, yes, even I, believe it or not, I'm going to run. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for a seat in Congress in my residency. And win or lose, at least I'll prove to myself, I put myself in front as a competent legislator that I aspire to be, because that's supposed to be my competence. But not because I'm popular, because I should be there to represent the people. We'll be right back.
In a numbers game, usually the population per se is a number. Now, sa Pilipino po, napakarami po ng ating mga Pilipino, napakarami ng ating populasyon. Pero ako'y nagtataka, bakit hindi tayo makapili ng mga matitinong mamumuno sa ating bayan at kung ilan lamang ang mga nagmumuno po lang mga apelyido at pamilya. When I say then that when we look at a dynasty per se as something as a problem, sometimes it is us who created this dynasty, mga Pilipino mismo ang tumatangkilik sa dynastiya. Meron akong isang nakakausap dati. Okay lang naman na yan ang iboto ko kasi nakakatulong naman sa amin eh. Pero ang punto po dito, hindi na pumasok sa kanilang kaisipan na sila rin ay isang Pilipino at maaaring ang kanyang apo at kanyang anak ay magkaroon din ng pagkakataon para mamuno sa kanilang bayan. Kumbaga, paikot-ikot na lamang sa ilang mga pamilya ang nangyayari. Now, the principle per se is this. Ano ba ang prinsipyo ng bawat Pilipino? Pag pinag-usapan natin ang prinsipyo, napakalalim. Pero ang punto rito, hindi na yata malinaw ang prinsipyo ng bawat isa. Ikaw ba'y makadiyos, makatao, o makabayan? Napakasimple lang mga kaibigan. Pag ikaw'y makadiyos, siyempre takot ka sa Diyos. Pag ikaw'y makabayan, mahal mong Pilipinas. Pag ikaw'y makatao, ayaw mo nang lalamang sa kapwa-tao. Tatlong prinsipyo na nakikita natin, pero hindi masunod-sunod ng bawat Pilipino. Kasi pag makadiyos ka, hindi mo ibebenta ang boto mo. So looking at those principles, even the makadiyos, makatao, makabayan, umikot na lang tayo dun sa ganong simpleng prinsipyo. Siguro, maganda ang kahihinatnan ng ating bayan. Pero ang problema, ito po nakikita natin sa iba't ibang nayon na nawawala ang Diyos, binibenta ang boto, at nandun din ang violence ng mga ilan sa mga politiko, guns, goons, and golds. Ang iba sa mga matitino at mga prinsipyo ay natatakot tumakbo kasi maaring sila ay mapatay. So, at that point, where is the principle? Meron pa bang isang Pilipino? Nandyan pa ba ang Pilipinismo? Nandyan pa ba ang pagiging makadiyos, makatao, at makabayan?
Yeah, good point. The rule of the majority is not necessarily correct, although we belong to a democracy. But the rule of the majority is not necessarily correct. This is the problem. And based on ang practices nila, and we were to look in the last so many elections, anong nangyayari? The exercise, the practice is incorrect. Hindi best practices nangyayari, sinusundan nila ay mali. So, we are now being ruled by the majority who don't understand their role as a voter and who to vote for.
Ito ang nakakatakot, Harry. When people run in an election before, during those days that we Filipinos have principles, is that they run because they like to help the people and the nation.
Correct.
Ngayon, if they
That's what I'd like to stand for.
If people would run in this election, they would like to protect their own personal business. Otherwise, they have no job. O yung iba naman, they like to continue the family legacy. So when you go to public...
I have neither.
When you go to public service, the point is that you like to help the people. And do we have public servants who really like to help the people? And how would you say that you would like to help the people if at the start you're buying their votes? Kung baga binibili mo na yung boto nila doon sa mga para ikaw ay manalo.
Ikaw, John, you ran in local politics. Ang experiences mo, you were discouraging me from running. Sabi mo, ang tiyan mo, iikot. A lot of the people I got on the Facebook account were saying, why do you want to frustrate yourself? You already know what it's like. I'm going to try it. I'm going to find out if it's really true na habol ng taong bayan ay pera lang. And if that's the case, then I would agree and I would celebrate my losing because the people should get who they deserve. And if they deserve someone na linoloko sila, binibili sila, then they deserve that candidate na mananalo kasi binili sila.
The problem is that we have the traditional politics locally and even nationally. In the tradition, we need to break the tradition that the traditional politics should be something that is principled and not monetary. Yun ang punto
Pero gano'n naman lang. Look at all the mayors that run. What do they say? Pag first-class city ka, mayor, mahina dyan 50, 80 million. Congressman, 20, 25 million.
Ganun,
Senator, 250 million. My gosh, magnanakaw ba lahat ng senador natin? If it cost them 200, 300 million to run, magnanakaw kaya sila? To run as president, billion. Magnanakaw ba mga presidente natin?
Alam mo, nabanggit mo yung budget, nabanggit mo yung million-million na yan It is the system that dictates for the senators and even congressmen to be corrupt. Alam mo siguro
So, yung botante ang corrupt. Yun ang may problema.
pareho, they both dance. May nagbebenta ng boto, may bumibili ng boto. So parehong corrupt ang mamamayan na nagbebenta at politikong bumibili ng boto. Ngayon, kung siguro yung ating sistema ay babaguhin, siguro tanggalin natin ang pork barrel. Gawin natin sa Congress, ito, pag ikaw ay aaten ng session, tsaka ka lang magkakaroon ng sweldo. Performance basis, ano?
Meritocracy.
O, ganun ang mangyayari. So, may tatakbo pa kayang congressman?
Wala na, no?
So, kung
So,
meron
mga congressman natin, walang hiya lahat yan. Ang sinasabi mo, walang hiya mga congressman natin. Kung pera-pera habol nila, kung pork.
marami sa mga party list ngayon, karamihan, mga kontratista na. Kasi dati, sila ngayon ang mga naglalabi sa congressman. Aba, meron pala tayong backdoor, mag-party list tayo. Para hindi na tayo ngayon naglalabi sa mga congressman. Sa ating mga project, bibigyan pa natin ng porsyento. Tayo, 100% na congressman pa ang tawag sa atin. Ganun, marami. They go to the back door. Marami na, even in local politics, marami rin ganyan. Pero sino mga tumatakbo sa mga local position? Engineers, contractors. And they like to protect their interests. Yun ang nangyayari. So, sinasabi nga natin, baguhin ang sistema. Pagdating sa Senado, congressman, what is the role of a congressman? Lawmaker, legislator. So, bigay na lang natin siguro sa DPWH ang pagpapagawa ng ng mga kalsada. Ang mag-concentrate ka na lang ngayon. Tapos sa mga tao ngayon, i-educate na pagdating sa paghihingi ng charity, huwag ka pumunta kay congressman, pumunta ka sa PCSO.
Doon ka humingi. Ito, how can we improve the election process? A rich candidate who has 200 million and he wants to buy the elections versus a poor candidate who's competent and the other one who's popular and rich. How do you level the playing field? Ako may suggestion ako dyan. Suggestion ko, stop all the buying. Ang pinakamalaking gastos ng mga tumatakbo sa eleksyon, media, TV. Kasi malang TV, 300,000 per 30 second spot. Magpalabas ka ng dyaryo, you're talking 200 plus thousand, di ba, kung full page. Ano kaya, pagbawalan mo lahat ng TV, lahat ng gastos na ganyan, para yung mga networks hindi kumita kasi billion-billion kinikita nila. And then, government station lang, pwede. O lahat ng congressman natatakbo, district nito, ayan, lahat kayo, sabay-sabay, may ano kayo. Iayusin ng COMELEC, di ba? Level the playing field.
Yeah, tama.
Tsaka competence. Pag wala kang kompetensya, hindi ka magsasalita eh.
So, kailangan isabatas mo rin yan, the Equal Opportunity Act in terms of the election process sa mga kandidato. So, wala tayong batas na ganyan. Kung sino yung may pera, yun lang can afford na magbayad.
Which is why maybe ayaw itakil ng congressman yung dynasty bill because against them, ayaw nila itakil yung education in COMELEC, leveling the playing field.
Sila masasagasaan eh.
Sila ang sasagasaan nila. So they want to keep themselves in power. And then the voters are stupid enough to let it go and do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ano ba naman? Anong klaseng sistema?
Ito naman punto in terms of the political dynasty. Sasabihin naman ng mga prominenteng pamilya, you're depriving us of our right to serve the people. Kung gusto naman naming tumakbo at binoboto naman kami ng tao, bakit pagbabawalan mo kami? Yan ang karamihan sa kadahilanan ng mga politiko sa dynasty.
Sabi nga ni Fred, sa cameraman, sabi niya, ang mga tao ngayon marunong na. Pagbigyan mo sila ng pera, kukunin nila yung pera, pero ibababotohin nila. Tama ba yun?
Merong mga ganun, pero onti pa lang yun. Marami pa rin ang, lalo na tumatangkilik dun sa panawid gutom na sinasabi, lalong-lalo na those who are uneducated. That
if there are a lot of them, why do they vote these types of senators who are not competent for the position?
Ito,
who don't have the educational background to begin with.
You mentioned PR and cosmetics. What we see on TV is not the reality. Minsan,
no, that I know.
Dun marami sa mga senador natin, ang kala mo pagkagaling-galing, pero these are just cosmetics.
Baka sabihin naman ng viewers natin, kung ano sinasabi niyong dalawa, baka nambobola tayong dalawa dito. Baka sabihin nila, di ba?
Kasi ang punto dun ang gagawin yan, di ba? They need to pay what? The media man para ang kanilang mga news ay maglabasan, di ba? Yung mga envelopmental na medias and mga... So, they're being repackaged as somebody good. Parang yung isa na senador na disqualify o na-unseat ngayon is projecting himself as a what?
Kumbaga, si Subiri versus si Pimentel.
Pimentel,
Hindi naman siya nandaya. Pero ba't siya nag-resign?
Ba't siya nag-resign?
Tama. Hindi, tsaka nakakatawa dyan. Biro mo, magsasabay sila sa isang political party. Wala talagang values na eh.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
More fun nga eh.
Political party is more fun. Kumbaga, nasa na yung prinsipyo, nasa na yung pakikibaka, nasa na yung
Saka lahat ng
pakikipaglaban.
magkakapatid, mag-aama, lahat nasa Senado na. Ganun ang nangyayari.
Seatmate sila lahat ngayon.
Seatmate lahat sila. My God. John, knowing all these things, would you still run and try it again?
Yes.
What would you stand for?
Kasi we need to look at certain things that we need to spread out the principle, the real principle of what? The concept of a progressive, responsible, and organized democracy, and also looking at the concept of Filipinism in general. The problem is that if there would be nobody that would stand on a stage and present such principle, paano pa ma-educate ang tao? Alam mo, Hari, ang eleksyon naman kasi ang konsepto, hindi lang naman siya sa konsepto ng pagkapanalo pagdating sa bilang, the quantified number of votes na tinatawag. Halimbawa sa eleksyon, tumakbo ko, halimbawa, takbo ko senador, makakuha ko ng sabihin nating 500,000. Sabihin nating 500,000, panalo pa rin tayo. Kahit 100,000 lang, panalo pa rin. Why? Because based on that 100,000,
There are people who believe in you.
who believe in me and who believe in my principle, and slowly by slowly, dadami at dadami yan. Ganun ang punto niyan. Hindi naman, ang mundo naman, ang prinsipyo naman, hindi naman yan na ibebenta ng overnight eh. It goes within a certain point of time na kailangan ma-accept ng tao kung ano yung realidad. Ang problema nga lang sa kasalukuyan is that ang prinsipyo nating nakikita ngayon ay natatakpan ng ilan sa mga media network na kung saan tinatago ang katotohanan at nililibang dito sa isang kalasuan. Ibig sabihin, ang isang kalasuan at kaguluhan, pag ito ay nanatili sa pag-iisip ng bawat Pilipino, ang mga oligarko ay magkakaroon ng problema kung bawat Pilipino ay tatalino at magkakaroon ng consciousness. So what do? Kailangan mo silang malibang. Huwag silang mag-isip, huwag silang mag-aral.
Continue the idiotization of the masses, which is our social programming on
Yeah.
TV. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Continue the idiotization. Keep them stupid, keep them idiots.
Yeah, matutuwa sila. You go. Sige, matuwa kayo dyan. Pumila kayo dyan para yumaman kayo. Habang kami yumayaman, susuportahan namin ang mga aming preferred candidates. Remember, these giant networks and multinational companies support candidates in the elections. At yung mga kandidatong ito, yun naman ang naglalabi sa kanilang mga interes. Yung mga oligarko. Ito nga sabi ko sana yung yung mga senators saka yung congressman, parang PBA na lang magsuot ng uniform para malaman natin kung sino yung sponsor nila.
Para makita mo. Parang kay Pacquiao, ando doon yung mga sponsor nila sa shorts na. Para malaman kaagad.
Para malaman na lang agad natin. No?
But you know, I believe we can still educate if we continue, at least, we come on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, this show of ours, we are not trying to propagate specific issues because of specific interests. I have no real interests other than to promote what I think is the truth. I think John is very much the same way. The intention is nothing but to generate critical thought, correct? This is what we're trying to do. To educate, because we don't have sexy girls in short shorts dancing. We don't give away money in this TV show. If anything, it's costing us more than anything. The problem is, are the voters learning? Do you think they are? Ikaw?
Ako, naniniwala ko unti-unti kahit paano, yung mga botante, nagkakaroon ng konting linaw. Pero unti lang sila compared sa majority na sinasabi natin. You know, as I look at it, when we look at people who discuss on issues, maraming magagaling specifically on the social media. But the problem is that they're not being counted, they're only the minority. Mas marami pa rin ang mga, you know, the main thing for us to develop is for us to have economic progress. If we have economic progress and...
But you will never get economic progress if this kind of voters that we have, because they will always vote incompetent people into positions
Yun nga,
who will keep the people disadvantaged.
Yun nga ang punto They would not have economic progress as long as these people keep on winning the election.
Oh, non-stop. Alam mo how many decades na this... Ako natatawa ako dyan People walk around as if they're statesmen because their family names have been in politics for 4 or 5 decades. What do these people have to show? At ang kayabangan pa pag-iikot, kala mo kung sino sila. My gosh, since the birth of the Republic, we've been going down. Yeah. We've been going down, 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 down. From the Marcos era down. Don't blame Marcos, he's long dead and gone. And our economy is still in the doldrums. We're the sick man in Asia. That's what everybody says. And these people with family names who've been in politics for so long, they should be hiding. They should be cowering when they walk in public. Dapat nakakahiya, pangalan ko ito. Kasi ang tatay ko, lolo ko, nasa politiko ever since. Dapat yun nakakahiya. Hindi eh. Pag umikot, may guard pa. Alam mo kung sinong ilustrado. You know, I mean, gee, what successes have they done? Or, you know, what accolades can they even have when the economy is where it is?
Pero nakakalungkot ganito. No? We have a system then that is trying to educate people regarding the consciousness and values set up. Ito, I would not, hindi ko isasama to sa, sabihin natin si GMA ang nakatulong dito. Pero nung time ni GMA, napansin ko, nung isang eleksyon yata ng 2004, marami sa mga artista ang natalo.
Yeah, that was... You know, I'm not against artista per se. The competent ones should run.
Yeah.
But the ones that have no competence, mahiya naman kayo, don't run, please. Alam nyo naman, hindi nyo kaya.
Ito ang nangyayari, no? Once an actor cannot have a career o wala ng project, they go to politics. They would now maximizing on what? Their popularity then and enter politics. Kumbaga, popular ako, pasok lang ako sa politika at marami tayong nakitang ganyan. At yung iba dyan, magagalit sa atin, but that's the reality. Marami sa kanila na, ay, hindi na tayo
But kung gano'n, alam mo, butuhin na lang natin lahat sila. Lahat sa telebisyon, dapat yan si Senator Vice Ganda, dapat yan si Senator Vic Soto, yan. Dapat yan si Senator whoever, di ba? Lahat na
Willie Revillame.
Willie Revillame. Gawin natin Vice President siya, di ba? Para masaya yung bayan. Di lahat na lang ng artista, gawin natin, lagay natin sa taas. Pero huwag magre-reklamo ang taong bayan. Huwag kayo lalabas sa kalye pag nagugutom kayo. Huwag kayong magra-rally-rally kung saan-saan. Huwag kayong magtatayo ng mga flags na may kulay pula. Di ba? My gosh. You deserve what you get. You make your bed, you lie in it. Di ba tama?
Ano nakakalungkot nga sa'yo?
Dapat si Chris Aquino, gawin natin senador. Gawin natin Senate President.
Magiging presidente pa yan someday.
Oh, yan. Para masaya lahat. Para sumaya na lahat. No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying these people are stupid. No, if they really have the competence, why not?
Would you like a Manny Pacquiao to be a senator?
No, ako, Vic Soto, I think he's quite...
Manny Pacquiao, senator.
Well, no, it's not his competence. But
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao has a very deep moral responsibility he feels for the people coming from the poor himself. I've noticed even his development, how he's renovated himself, innovated himself, even the way he speaks now. I think the guy has gone through not necessarily the standard type of education, but he has improved himself. I like the idea he came back from the States and straight to Sarangani because of the storm. He has a very strong moral responsibility or a sense of responsibility towards his constituents. I like that. Tsaka he's not swapping about his money. He likes to share it.
Yeah.
I think that's noble. Now, he represents the people, but I'm not sure he's a good legislator. Because maybe he should be in the administrative, more as an executive, di ba? As a mayor,
Tama.
or a governor. Pero to sit down there and discuss the UNCLOS, to discuss foreign policy, to discuss mining, di ba? The pros and cons of mining, to discuss energy, which type of sustainable energy should we go to discuss all these sensitive issues, to discuss the ASEAN, biodiversity. Are you knowledgeable? Are they competent? And these are the issues being discussed for legislation. It's like saying they want to be the Supreme Court judge, but they have never even studied law. And that's the system that we're going through right now.
Yeah.
There is a lack of competence from many leaders. Do you know where this is most characteristic of? Matatawa ka, government offices. You will see a lot of director generals, commissioners, whatever you call them. They have nice names. And the people on top who run these agencies and departments are not competent for the job. Because these are political appointees na pinagbigyan, I mean, not for anything. You know? I don't want to name names because almost everyone I can think of is. Many are incompetent for the positions they hold. Not for anything, but it's true. Wala namang competence eh. My gosh, di ba? I mean, it's irritating, but the people take it.
But that's political patronage. Ito yung tumulong sa akin ng election, dapat naman, I need to pay them back.
Eh, yun na nga, kaya dapat huwag kang hihingi ng tulong ng ganyan. Pag tumakbo ka dyan, pag takbo mo, huwag kayo hihingi ng tulong sa ganyan. At pag nagbigay ka ng pera, alam mo, baliktad dyan.
Wala kang leader, walang mga kampanya sa'yo. Paano ka mananalo?
No. You give the people an alternative. And should you lose, you smile at them because pag nakawan sila ng mga leader na binoto nila, sabihin mo sa kanila, you deserve it.
Remember,
Yun ang nangyari. Humihingi ka eh.
when a president is running for an election, the shadow cabinet nandyan na kagad. Yung mga kanyang leaders, ikaw, pag nanalo ka, ikaw ang Secretary of Education.
Hindi dapat.
ikaw ang
Dapat
Secretary
yan.
ganito.
That should remain apolitical.
Not to mention the extended family of the Connect to the Connect. Meron pa yan dati, yung nakaraang presidente, DI ng kanyang kabit, ginawang vice president ng PNOC.
Oh my God. That's why nasisira ang sistema and proper leadership in the country. It's sad. We only have the people to blame because the voters are really part of the problem. You know, that's why going back to the opening of our show about the PCOS, it's not the PCOS, it's not smart magic. The problem is not necessarily that. It's not even those who are doing the buying. Because the people on top who are incompetent, who have positions, who walk around with names of the last 40 years, who are breaking the law on dynasty and they walk around as if napakayabang pa nila, they deserve these positions because the ones who make it wrong are the people who vote them into the system.
Kaya lang we could not blame the people because the
But
people...
we should blame the people because alam ko gutom sila but they will continue to degenerate.
But they're just the hostage of a certain perception and mindset building of this subliminal message being brought about by these giant media corporations.
So dapat, alam mo, since...
The main thing siguro, dapat yung media.
isa lang natin yung media.
Isa lang. Magkaroon ng social responsibility, magkaroon ng equal opportunity, magkaroon ng guidelines.
Hindi na tayo lalabas sa television. But I don't mind if that's the case, just so to correct it. Yeah, it would be best like that. No, because dapat yan i-control din. If only we can control media, we could regulate media. Because after all, the airwaves are still patrimony, national patrimony. It's still ours to begin with as a country. They should be made responsible for moral aptitudes, di ba? If not a performance that is required to educate, to promote the
Kasi dapat
Filipino mentality.
There should be a certain point of a balance in terms of the airtime. Kumbaga,
Tama yun. I agree with you.
dapat merong punto na, halimbawa, 20% of
Educate.
40% goes to the concept of educating Filipinos through nationalism. Yung iba, entertainment. Yung iba, showbiz. Yung karamihan ngayon, puro showbiz and entertainment.
John, we're at the top of the hour. We're gonna end the show, so you're closing.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that we need to resolve is that paano ba mababago ang sistemang ito sa ating lipunan? Ang sabi ni Harry is that napakahirap solusyonan, pero madali po yung solusyonan because the solution is within ourselves. Kumbaga, nangyayari ito because tinatangkilik natin at tinatanggilik ninyo at tinatangkilik ng iba dyan ang mga walang yang mga politiko at mga irresponsable na mga tumatakbo sa ating bayan, dinastiya na nandyan na kung saan at ilang mga pamilya ang nagnanais lamang iimonopolya ang liderato ng ating pamahalaan. There is no such thing as a surname franchise pertaining to public service. But it is happening because kayong mga tao ang gumagawa nito. Sa lokal na eleksyon, nandyan din po yan. Paulit-ulit na lamang ang mga apelidong yan. Remember po, kung ikaw ay basurero, kung ikaw ay ordinaryong karpintero, nagtitinda sa palengke, meron kayong mga anak. At balang araw, may mga potensyal ang inyong mga anak. Maging lider ng ating bayan, maging presidente, maging senador. Pero hindi po yan matutupad ng kanyang pangarap kung mananatili ang ganitong sistema ng dinastiya. Bakit? Ang kanyang galing at talino ay mapapakinabangan dahilan sa uri ng sistema na nangyari na kung saan ilan lamang sa mga nanggaharing uri ang maaring mamuno sa ating bayan. Ito po niyo lingkod, Dr. John Ortiz Chope. Ganang araw.
Okay, before we end, I'm promoting this. This is Cran UTI and this is ABW. They're terrific products. I've been using them for the last 4 years and they've been really great products. You can get them in any Mercury. Anyway, that's a product I promote. I take it. It's on a barter, so it's not like they're paying me anything. Yes, I am going to run. I'm going to do something about it and I'm going to put myself out front. I'm going to represent my area where I live, and I'm going to run for the seat of Congress. But I'm not going to put money out. and I'm not going to be indebted to anybody as well. The PDF should go to the people. They should all go to the people that deserve it in the district. However, what I do offer is legislative competence. No more, no less. I know I'm not going to run because I want to be the number one. I don't want to be that popular either. I just want to run in a position where I can make a difference to help the constituents I will represent, and basically the Filipino people. Maraming salamat po. I hope you've enjoyed our show. We'll be back next week, the same time, same channel, Talk to Harry. Maraming salamat po.
You are what you watch. You are what you watch.